It's the $75 million that the WNBA players gave up 16% for. Where did that money go, Abe? That would be my question, because your point is valid, but where is the 16%? Because if I'm correctly, if they did this raise, then basically they gave up a percentage of equity to market the WNBA, to build up the WNBA to be diluted or be it in a CBA agreement.
Consider this. The WNBA is at last becoming popular. Sophie Cunningham responds, "Thanks, but no. Roast beef is what I'm rolling with." In the meantime, Nike has been working on something much larger, billion-dollar big, and no one anticipated it. What distinguishes Arby's from Nike? This is a plot twist rather than merely a sponsorship. And welcome to the actual game, friend, if you thought the drama was on the court. Let's get into the crazy.
Arby's has a new spokeswoman, and it just so happens to be Sophie Cunningham. Yeah, that's right. She is now on the Arby's payroll, is what is happening. And maybe Arby's is going to snap back to relevance now. Here she is in the new shirt that we saw her in this weekend. Hot girls eat Arby's. Sizes small and large have already sold out on the Arby's web.
With her eyes wide open and her chin likely still stinging from the last elbow that occurred to hit at full speed, Caitlin Clark enters every game. She isn't even somewhat naive. She is fully aware of how the game is officiated and played. As a spoiler alert, those two aren't always interchangeable. Even so, she continues to make three-pointers with pinpoint accuracy while navigating a basketball equivalent of a WWE cage match in which the referees are either emotionally unavailable, blind, or asleep.
Arby's, they have the meats, now has Indiana star Sophie Cunningham's Hot Girls Eat Arby's t-shirts. Sold out, by the way. Sponsored by them, by the way. Whew. Broke the internet on this one.
Let's be honest. With the exception of Caitlin, the regulations are more like guidelines. She is supposed to merely eat it and smile for the cameras while everyone else gets to practice full contact drills. Take the initiative. She is guilty of that. At mid-court, get mugged. The referee says, "Go on," presumably to see if his FanDuel parlay is still active. This is no longer basketball. You play dodgeball while wearing sneakers. The only person who is prohibited from throwing anything back is Caitlin.
Somebody that has gotten ridiculously popular this year with the Indiana Fever. I made a prediction that she was going to be the second most popular player on this team by the end of the year. And then, of course, there was the big incident during the Connecticut Sun game. And by the end of that game, she was known as Caitlin Clark's enforcer, right? The one that's got her back. At times, it feels like the only one that's got her back.
Nevertheless, she remains. She does more than simply remain. She rules. Because the secret is right here. She is aware that this window is temporary. She is not counting on the officiating to be fixed by some enchanted justice commission. No fairy deity referee is going to blow a whistle and say, "I'm sorry. Let's tidy up this." She is taking advantage of every chance, every headline, every brand agreement, and every applause that isn't tinged with passive-aggressive bitterness.
Clark is driving the WNBA insane. It's to the point that she may need to step away from the WNBA, have a billionaire come in that has the money to prove a point, and say, "Caitlin, I'll pay you $50 million just to see if the WNBA can make it without you. Let's go create a complete different league," and expose the hell out of the WNBA just to embarrass this Angel Reese girl that Jameel Hill just said she could go down as a Michael Jordan of WNBA.
Yeah.
And what
She is aware that the league's collective shoulder check isn't going anywhere and that time is running out. She is therefore making the most of every moment. And for good reason. Let's stop acting as though the cheap shots are inconspicuous. In ice hockey, we have observed less hostile conduct. The officials are out there writing poems about the spirit of the game, and one day people are being called for blatant incompetence, and the next day Clark is being decked as though she owes someone money. Which spirit? An angry poltergeist. The double standard is so blatant that it might be eligible for a Claritin advertising deal. Despite this, she continues to break records while wearing defenders that adorn her like scarves. Oh, and the sound. She complains too much, according to the commenter. Correct? Because asking for basic bodily protection is the epitome of bad sportsmanship. Imagine Steph Curry being advised to toughen himself after being pounded with bodies during a quick break. Wait, please. That is impossible to imagine since it would never occur. However, when it's Caitlyn, character development takes over. It's gaining experience. The league is physically demanding. No, there is targeted chaos mixed with a shrug.
That has led to a lot of opportunities. By the way, she had a little bit of a down game yesterday against the Sky, but prior to that, for the last couple weeks, Sophie Cunningham had been balling out on the basketball court ever since she started getting put in to the starting lineup. So we got a couple of different things that have emerged when it comes to Sophie. Number one, let's start with what happened yesterday, because she has gone viral, all right? She's gone viral over hot girls eat Arby's.
Even her detractors are watching to see what she accomplishes next, and she is signing endorsements, breaking viewing records, and grinning in post-game interviews as if she had just survived a 4-hour gladiator reenactment. Because even those who detest know the truth in their hearts. This summer, she is the reason that half of the nation is aware that the WNBA exists. You have two options: try to body slam it out of existence or market it. Her three-point shot has greater aim than the majority of her defenders, so good luck with the latter. She's constructing, not simply existing. Caitlyn is out here playing four-dimensional chess with her offhand while getting pounded in the ribs, while others are playing checkers. Additionally, platform is more important than points alone. Each no call becomes a headline. Every bruise turns becomes a topic of discussion. Her limping off the court at the end of every game turns into another viral video that makes the league cringe. She's turning the game into content gold, not just playing it. Do you believe that the number of endorsement checks is decreasing? Not at all. She is adored by brands. She is the most illegally defended player since, well, ever. She is electric and nasty. Her talent, drama, and unflappable ability to hit a logo 3 immediately after being tackled, as if she had just stolen someone's puppy, are all things that advertisers look for.
Unmeasurable greatness of Caitlin Clark. The unmeasurable greatness of Caitlin Clark. You know, I've said a lot of times I like Caitlin Clark, right? But I never told you why or really I like Caitlin Clark or what is it about Caitlin. Caitlin Clark has unmeasurable greatness. You know what unmeasurable greatness is? Is when they give you a $28 million contract that's worth $280 million, right? That's the true value of what Caitlin's worth, right? I mean, Caitlin Clark effect has sent an earthquake through the NCAA basketball, right?
And what do you know? Excellent. Give it to her to rake in. Because she earned that attention with her ankles barely intact. Let her sign every contract, appear on every billboard, and pose for every hybrid photo session that GQ Meet Sports Illustrated throws at her. Remember that the supporters are aware of it. Nor are they stupid. The games are being watched as if they were documentaries on genuine crime. Zooming in, pausing, and rewinding. Was it a foul call? Was that allowed? Is this an American Ninja Warrior reboot or a basketball game? When she's in town, tickets sell out for a reason. Not because it's always like a subway delay and people enjoy seeing someone get fouled. It's because she consistently turns up and does magic for them in spite of everything. And that's what makes everyone go completely crazy, because Caitlin Clark isn't out there giving inspirational speeches in between quarters. She doesn't want the drama, and she doesn't beg for attention. All she wants to do is play ball. That's all. That's the plan. No coded communications, no secret handshakes. She will score 30 points with ease while being triple-teamed by players who have suddenly forgotten that basketball is not a full-contact sport if you just give her the ball and turn off the noise.
Yeah, talking about
Caitlin Clark.
Oh, okay.
The WNBA player who deserves a max contract. She worth more than the league by herself.
The best WNBA player.
And what occurs when someone is incredibly talented at something they just want to play? The others get into a frenzy. Coaches begin plotting, as if they were organizing a prison escape. Players experience an enigmatic case of Clarkies, a condition in which defense becomes desperate and basic principles are ignored. Thought pieces ranging from modest admiration to why she is the demise of civilization burst onto entire social media feeds. It's all because she's incredibly skilled at something she shouldn't be at. The problem is that this isn't a sudden phenomenon. This was hardly an unexpected development. Caitlin Clark did not become a prodigy by chance one day. The number her parents played a significant role in the construction, shaping, and refinement of this. You need look no farther than the people who raised number 22 if you want to discuss class acts. A diva was not raised by them. A person who expects the world to bow down was not raised by them. They brought up a baller with the poise of someone who has been here 10 years longer than she has, and the vision of a chess master. In addition to her skill, she always brings morals, respect, hard effort, accountability, and a passion for the game with her when she enters an arena, whether she's jogging to the bench for a timeout or draining threes. And those happy tears are deserved.
So her rookie contract is for 4 years, just under $340,000. From the entrepreneurship perspective, last year she made over $3 million as a collegiate athlete.
In sponsorship, right? NIL.
And so this makes me think about the fact that there are a lot of people building brands and influence online, and they don't all aspire to be owners of companies, but they do desire to work for organizations and leaders. But what I see when I see those numbers, I see failed leadership of the WNBA. That's what I think.
Yeah, and you're talking about her income.
Yeah.
Like they couldn't even get her above 500,000.
Because you can't help but cheer her on loudly, passionately, and yes, sometimes weeping, when she is that committed, that humble, and that totally locked in, even as the rest of the world loses its collective mind around her. Because Double C is good at being herself in addition to being amazing at basketball. No fake I'm here to show you all that your monologue is incorrect. Don't be a drama queen. She's not trying to attract attention by waving a banner. When she arrives, she transforms hardwood into highlight reels. That's all. The show is that. She is essentially a talking, walking answer key to a test that the other players in the league are still attempting to solve. Not only does she understand how to execute an offense with surgical precision, but she is also beyond her years. She wears it all like it's part of her uniform because she recognizes the platform, the pressure, and the duty. No complaining, no stumbling, just a resolute focus that says, I'm here to hoop. And maybe steal your soul with a behind-the-back dime when you're falling out of bounds. And please her poise. As if she were the centerpiece of a defensive smorgasbord, she is being attacked out here. No ejections, no Instagram tear, and the worst you'll witness is an eye roll or a courteous exchange with the official who seems to have lost his whistle and possibly his spectacles. Simply being cool, collected, and nonchalantly destroying your favorite team without exerting any effort is Double C being Double C.
You know the big talk been the money thing.
You see her Caitlin contract?
I heard about it
today.
For 300 is crazy.
She making $76,000 this year.
I was seeing people break it down. First of all, they said the one she making $77,000 a year. They said James Harden got fined $100.
But though,
somebody a liar.
What is their season? 4 months?
Yeah, it's short. Yeah, it's short.
So it's like, I get it.
It's short.
4 months you making $76,000. It ain't just terrible, but for her, it's bad. Like,
but it's terrible. I think, and it's more because we've been knowing it's been.
In the meantime, critics are searching for faults like sandbox gold miners. She exudes too much confidence. Oh, no assurance. How might a lady have confidence in herself? She's receiving too much notice. Correct. Since nobody could identify a single WNBA player unless they were the stars of a Space Jam revival, we most certainly want to return to those days. Don't fool ourselves. Caitlin Clark is excellent for the game, for business, and for reminding people that basketball is an art form rather than a genre. And, please, the notion that she isn't tough enough. The girl's smile is actually a steel trap disguise. Unless you have the mental fortitude of a Navy SEAL, You can't survive the punishment she's endured while continuing to put on must-see performances night after night. She continues to inspire her teammates, carry the crowd, and make the league more relevant than it has been in decades despite taking criticism from all sides and taking hit after hit. It's more than just talent. Under pressure, that's grace. The absurd thing is that some people still want her to improve, to be more subdued, to be less, to smile more, to apologize for her improved appearance. Here's an innovative idea, though. Perhaps she is ideal in her current state. Perhaps the league needs more, not fewer, individuals like her. Perhaps she is simply dragging it up the mountain with a step back and a crossover, and perhaps the bar needs to be lifted.
The WNBA will make $1 billion this year.
But that's okay.
Overall merchandise sales by Fanatics grew since Caitlin Clark's been in the league. It's grown by 500%. Overall sales of merchandise from Dick's Sporting Goods has grown to 233%. Fever's net value went from $90 million to $340 million. Average price of games jumped by 140% if Fever play on the road. No other teams, just a Fever.
Good.
Overall,
Good. I like these
WNBA
stats.
attendance has grown by 50%.
Thank you.
The WNBA signed an 11-year TV deal worth $2.2 billion and prompted league expansion to 15 teams by 2028. So it's not
coincidence.
Moreover, we adore her fans. We see her. We are aware that this goes beyond basketball. It's a narrative. As if it were a Netflix series without any filler episodes, we're witnessing it happen in real time. From the young woman who broke attendance records and gave girls around hope, to the child who grew up with a desire. This goes beyond hoops. This is the past. What makes it even more painful is that she's doing it with grace, love, and no diva energy. Because what happens when someone who is truly wonderful also happens to be gifted? You give them more support. You speak out for them. You toss pillows at your TV when the referees act as though they have forgotten the rules, and you cry happy tears when they win. You join the journey rather than only being a fan. And don't worry, this journey is only beginning. Therefore, let's offer her every honor, endorsement, thunderous applause, and exclusive footwear contract before we march down Main Street. Let her take a trophy bath. Let her name appear in every timeline, record book, and viral video when someone is smashed by a pass that even the cameraman failed to notice. Because Caitlin is the one who has genuinely earned it. Not only is she a shooter, she's a movement, a spark, a surging flood that somehow finds a way to keep a grin on her face despite the chaos. Her grandeur is quiet and modest. It's reliable. It's sophisticated.
She's signing an 8-year, $28 million Nike deal, but for some people it caused controversy since they're arguing that there are other WNBA players already in the league who don't even have a deal like that. So just in general, what do you guys think about the discourse between that? And then what do you guys think of the major deal that she is receiving?
Yeah, I think anyone's upset with Caitlin Clark's deal doesn't understand the publicity that's on the line here. When you think of being in front of a national camera for 36 games, almost back to back, that type of promotion, you would have to pay top dollar for it.
And there's no denying it. So, yes, number 22 is quite loved. We recognize you. We stand by you. We're supporting you because you're right, not just because you're good. You stand for everything and more that we desire from the game. Remain that way. Never alter. Continue to be CC, and allow the world to catch up to you. Naturally, some people are still clutching their pearls and complaining about excessive attention and bias in the media. Because being the WNBA's human crash test dummy is the epitome of media darling. Let's just call it that. In a jersey, jealousy. They have nothing against Caitlin. They don't appreciate how easy she's pointing out flaws in a system they believe to be flawless. In a room full of blurry black and white TVs, she is the most prominent one. Out of spite, some people will unplug the entire device, of course. But you know what? The future is unconcerned. The cameras are in motion. Contracts are signed. And like the rules of physics don't apply, Caitlin is smiling, cashing in, and taking that next absurd step back. The league has two options. Either solve the circus or accept the sound of people's jaws dropping each time she disproves them. Because history has already been made, whether the referees want to admit it or not. It's not subtle either. It's noisy. It breaks records. It also sports the number 22. Exert your elbows. Pay no attention to the fouls. Allow the detractors to vent. Fairness is not something Caitlin Clark is waiting for. She is gathering receipts, monies, and awards.